really get to the camera, which really frustrates me. You might be able to tell I am in bed, and that is because right now that's the only place that I can be. Due to health issues, and it's the place I am most of the time, but for almost a week straight now, I have not been able to get out of bed. I have, barely been even speaking because I've been so sick. I have not been able to even make it to the bathroom by myself because I have been so sick. So I do really, really apologize that I'm not able to get closer, and I'm sorry for tearing up and crying. It always makes me feel so silly for doing that. But anyway, many of you this month wanted to see a true crime ASMR video. Up close, that was the most requested true crime. And I have to be honest when I say I don't feel comfortable doing them. And it's never because I have an issue with the mixture of true crime and ASMR. I personally watch a lot of true crime stuff and listen to podcasts and watch true crime ASMR myself. So I never have an issue with that. And honestly, even if I did have an issue, it wouldn't matter. Why would I even have an opinion on it? I just want to click on the video, But the issue that I do have, where I feel uncomfortable doing it, is because true crime is real people, people's lives. There are victims. There are, many people involved, and I have such bad brain fog that I know I will miss something, say something wrong, and that just gives me a lot of anxiety. That is why I do not feel comfortable. And if I did feel comfortable, that's what video y'all would be receiving today, but I don't quite feel comfortable doing it, so I hope you understand. But with the true crime, all there would be is a whisper. So I just thought that we could do a whisper ramble, kind of like a cozy whisper ramble. A cozy whisper ramble. And just lay in bed together and chill. Have a good time. And have a good time. I am quite excited that it is fall now. It brings some of my favorite things. I love cooler weather. Well, my body doesn't really love cooler weather, but it does love it that it makes it a little more appropriate to wear sweaters and leggings and cardigans and such, versus when it's 90 degrees in California in the middle of July. You may or may not get a few stares for that. No, I do get stares for wearing really cold outfits for colder seasons when it's hot outside, but I don't care. I'm not gonna not dress a certain way just because I get a couple stares. So if you see a girl with a sweater and then she has on a jacket and or a really oversized fluffy cardigan with leggings and sandals, come say hi. It's probably me. No, but I do love the leaves changing this is such a small town. I mean, middle of nowhere, Texas. And so such a small school, and he was in the library one day, and he was, I guess, walking out of the library, and he saw me on a phone screen, like propped up. Saw me on a phone screen propped up in the middle of the library on someone's phone. And he walked by the guy and he said, Is that ASMR? And the guy, he said, kind of got defensive, and he's like, yeah, so what? And he's, just like thinking that Brendan was messing with him. I guess, I don't know. And Brendan goes, no, that's my girlfriend. You're watching my girlfriend. Which is one of my all-time favorite stories of, just that sort of thing. I have met one of you lovelies in person. I met a lovely girl. She was my barista at Starbucks. It was so funny. I had gone in, I was at the mall, and I went into the Starbucks, and I always get a drink that everyone's like, what? It's an iced white tea with peach juice and coconut milk, unsweetened, and it's so good. So good. And because it's like not on the menu, you have to make it yourself. It's one of those things, which I'm sure baristas love me for, by the way. Not. Sometimes they really get my order wrong, and that's okay. It's just, hey, I know my order is really whack. This is the recipe. And they're like, oh, okay, no biggie, right? And so that happens often. It's no big deal. And so anyway, that day I had gone in, and the barista had gotten my order wrong. And I just said, hey girl, I know my order is, like I said, really whack. Here's the recipe. And she actually made me a really good drink. It was a really good one. Sometimes you can put like too much coconut milk in it, sometimes too much peach. Like, there's not an exact amount. It's just like a splash of each, I think, is what I put down on there. But there is always like this unknown perfect amount, I think. And so anyways, we had been at the mall for a while, and right before we left to go to the grocery store, I stopped back into the Starbucks, and the girlie that was line, that's what my mom says all the time when she can't think of what she's supposed to say, like she's on set. Line, what am I thinking of? And the girlie that was taking my order, she said, she said, what did she say? I think she said, she said Maddie, right, when she was asking for the name. And I'm like, oh, she just has like a really good memory for me being in here last time, even though I didn't think she was the girl that took my order. And anyways, she just said, I watch your videos. And I said, oh my gosh, really? This is a couple months ago, the first time that I've ever met anyone in person that watches my videos. That I had ever met them in that way by accident. And she was just so sweet. She goes, I recognized your voice. And it was so sweet. So if you're that girly, hello. And then she said, I think she said, I'm so sorry that I got your order wrong or something like that. And of course it didn't matter. I know that the orders that I give are always really difficult, and they've never heard of them. They always look around and scrolling other things to see if they even have what I'm asking for. It's so funny. So, anyway, I thought that was really cool. That guy that my boyfriend went to school with, and my boyfriend didn't know that guy. And it's not like it had circled around that, like, his girlfriend, like, did ASMR. Okay. That doesn't circle around. Most people kind of keep that under wraps if you're doing ASMR. And so, anyway, I just thought that that was a sweet little story. This month for me, I feel like has just flown by. What about you? What are your favorite things about fall? What are your favorite things? What are your favorite things? Of course, Halloween's a goodie, but what's even better is Halloween movies. And I really, tell me what you guys think about in October doing like a Halloween video of like having snacks, like trying different Halloween snacks. I do have more dietary restrictions in the past than I have before, so it's hard to find, you know, like candies and fun treats and stuff that are meet the requirements of my restrictions. But that might be kind of fun, and it's like go over my favorite Halloween movies. Halloween. I will tell you, I mean, of course, like Hocus Pocus is no brainer, right? But I love the Disney Channel original Halloween movies, and those are just like, if you don't just randomly sit around and have an Amazon binge day of Disney Channel original movies, are you even there? Hey, are you there? Hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? I think that is so tingly. Ray ASMR. Ray ASMR. Hey, are you there? Are you there? Are you there? Are you there? I think that's so tingly, so tingly. So shout out to Ray ASMR. You guys will just love her. I really highly recommend like clicking out of this video and going and subscribing to her. Put it on your watch later playlist. So anyway, I love Disney Channel original movies. I feel so sad that Disney just isn't what it was. You know what I mean? I feel like people can say, oh, you know, each generation, whatever, movies, music isn't the same. Like, of course, things change, they evolve, although there's no such thing as evolving when it comes to Disney. But, you know, when I was younger, my parents could watch the shows on Disney that I was watching, and it'd be just fine, and they liked it. They enjoyed it. It was funny, you know. And of course, I could grow up watching the shows like DuckTales and, you know, just all of those, like the 90s tunes and such. So I grew up watching those, could still watch that, but I also could still watch like Wizards of Waverly Place and Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and I watched Hannah Montana and Lizzie McGuire and, you know, shows like that. But my parents could still watch it, and they enjoyed it. And they didn't say Disney isn't what it used to be. So I don't know anyone else. It makes me sad. What else? Speaking of shows, oh my gosh, you guys. Oh my gosh. Since I have been in bed for almost a week straight now, except for I did take a shower, and you're welcome, because my self-tan was just so bad. It looked so bad. It had to be taken off. But I waited so long because I could not, like, I didn't have the energy to take it off, so I had to have You're welcome. I didn't make you see me like that. Since I've been in bed for almost a week, and we'll get a little bit into that, but Brendan and I have started Why Women Kill, and if you have not seen Why Women Kill, oh, it's not true crime. It is so good, so good. It comes on CBS, yeah, CBS, and you can't rent it on Amazon or buy it. Like, you can't watch it on Netflix, Hulu, anything like that. They are exclusive to CBS, or the show's exclusive to CBS. You can get it on the app, and I think that it's like $5.99 a month. But if you were to buy the whole season on Amazon, you would pay $30. And think about this. I'm being a total salesman. Think about this. If you were to go to the movies, okay, so far they have 8 episodes, okay? 8 episodes out, I believe. 8 episodes of Why Women Kill out on CBS. And I watch on the app because my boyfriend, his parents are signed in, whatever, and he signed in through theirs. But you can pay for ads with your videos, or limited ads. I don't know. One's $5.99 and one's $9.99 a month. So one's $5.99. So basically $6 a month, and the other's $10 a month. Now, $4 difference. So whatever. Pick your poison. But here's the thing. If you're going to binge that entire show, which they're each 50 minutes long, so almost an hour long, which makes it even better to watch, and they're not even done with the season yet. There's 80 episodes out so far, I think, 7, 8, so let's just say there's going to be 10. So you get almost 10 hours of footage, okay? And you get your first week free with CBS, the app. If you get like their membership or whatever. And then if you cancel it, do you see? Are you reading what I'm writing to you? Are you reading what I'm writing? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? Are you hearing what I'm saying? Are you there? Are you there? Are you still with me? So, just hear me out, okay? Hear me out. If it's free for like a month, you can always cancel, and then you get to watch the show for free. Or you may get it for free, get in there, but you may have to be subscribed to watch that show. So then you pay $10 for 1 month and then cancel it. So you basically pay $10 to watch an entire series of the show. And of course they have so many other things that you can watch, but do you see what I'm saying? Such a steal. I spent way too much time in bed by myself. The fact that I have all of that memorized, like, just don't even. I'm disgusted at me enough for the both of us. So anyways, Why Women Kill is so good. I don't even know how. Someone tell me, how long was I just trying to sell you CBS? I have no been. Anyway. Why Women Kill is so good. The show has 3 main women, one being Jennifer Goodwin, who played Snow White in Once Upon a Time, the second being Lucy Liu, and the other woman, I feel so bad I cannot remember her name. She is also in The Good Place. She played Chidi's girlfriend, that's the scientist. I just can't remember what her name is, but they are 3 women who have lived in the same house within different time eras, and someone dies within each of the 3 storylines, and so it does transition between all 3 stories, but it's just beautifully done, like butter. There's no blurred lines as to whose storyline are we in. It's so good. So Jennifer Goodwin kind of reminds me of, does anyone remember Pushing Daisies? Kind of like a Pushing Daisies feel. I can't kind of, well, definitely, I mean, the 80s, a word to describe the 80s, whimsical, with all their color and such, but, if that makes any sense, if anyone's seen the show. But Jennifer Goodwin, 1960s, her and her husband have just moved in to this gorgeous mansion, and she is the stereotypical 1960s housewife, devoted to her husband. Her life revolves around her husband. And then she finds out that her husband is cheating on her. And so she's like this good housewife, and now her world is kind of flipped upside down, but she doesn't let him know that she knows. And then Lucy Liu, again, who's set in the 1980s. So Lucy's in the 80s, and again, she lives in that gorgeous, gorgeous mansion. She has her nose very, very high, and her husband on the outside seem to live just a wonderful life with no issues, and even if there were, you're gonna fake it till you make it, just for show, for presence, and so she's very judgmental, of course. Anyone who's going through anything, like, she just gossips to anyone and everyone who can hear, you know what I mean? She's that kind of person. And then she figures out that her husband has been cheating on her, but he is gay. And her husband is so funny. I love Lucy Liu's storyline. It's just hysterical. So good. And then the third woman, who, again, I feel so bad because I can't remember her name. She is in 2019, and her husband, they live in the mansion, so they, of course, have wealth. The wife is a lawyer, just like a powerhouse. Very, very educated, very just strong woman, and her husband is this writer who has been very successful in the past, but hasn't been able to, has not been at all even a breadwinner for the past couple of years, because he can't write and or sell a script, or his like playwrights, whatever, and so that couple, they have an open marriage, and of course there are always boundaries where you don't get too attached, I guess. They're just flings, and he figures out that she has been dating this woman for 6 months, and she comes to live in the house with them for just a little bit, so they think just a little bit, her partner anyways. So she meets this woman, the wife meets the woman, and they don't bring their flings into the home, and he just finds that very disrespectful. In every, I guess, open relationship, or just every relationship in general, has boundaries and what they're comfortable with, and same goes, of course, for open marriages. So that's just something that they had agreed on, that they weren't comfortable with. You don't bring your as he says, your flings into the home. So they end up bringing this woman into the house, and so that is all I will tell you. I really, really recommend that y'all see it some way, somehow. I wanted to see it the moment that I knew Jennifer Goodwin was going to be in something. I love her. Anything that she's in. A movie that I think is so underrated is Something Borrowed. A star-studded cast. I mean, he's on Reba, and he's on, is he on Shameless? I think he's on Shameless. I've never watched Shameless. I mean, so many things. I think it's Steve Howie. Is that his name? Am I embarrassing myself? Let's just say his name's Steve Howie. He plays Van on Reba for any of my Reba lovers. He's in there, just so many people. And anyway, it's just a phenomenal, hysterical movie. It's a rom-com. It's very, very good. And like I said, Jennifer Goodwin's main character, and it's just very, very underrated. It's very much a classic Kate Hudson movie. You know, she plays the mean girl so well. She just does. You know, I was listening to Megan Fox in an interview, I guess, recently, and she was saying, I guess she was reacting to being younger, and in an interview, I guess she was saying how after playing in Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen, she didn't want to be stuck with that role because she had already worked with Mary-Kate and Ashley Olsen, and she just had played the mean girl every time, and she didn't want to get labeled with that. And that's really kind of been her career, is the mean girl, you know, in Jennifer's Body and Such, which I have never seen, but I do want to. But I am sensitive and I don't like horror. I say I like horror, but I am very picky. I do not like possession, things like that, you know, a serial killer, things like I'm not a fan, like I'm not gonna sit here and say I like it, but I like that better than possession and demons, and that stuff just makes me feel yucky inside. I feel like I'm sensitive to that. You know, and I guess in Transformers she wasn't a bitchy girl, but I really, and like in Open Faith, she was like the mean, well, she was just kind of, really, how do I put her character on Open Faith? If anyone watched that, Open Faith was so good. It had Kelly Ripa and it had Mark Consuelos. Just so good. You know, she was once again the beautiful girl. She did play an older sister, but she was kind of ditzy. She was the ditzy, beautiful girl on the show who had a good, quick, snarky, clever side to her. I really loved that character, and actually on that show is where she met her husband, who's her husband now. I grew up watching Open Faith and just loved it. I still go on YouTube and watch the videos of it. Although it's hard to find videos of Open Faith, but where was I going with Mean Girl? Mean Girl. What were we talking about before? Oh, how Kate Hudson, she just plays that character, roles that well, so good. Like Bride Wars, if you've ever seen Bride Wars with Anne Hathaway and Kate Hudson, Something Borrowed, their characters. Kate Hudson's character in Bride Wars is very similar to Kate Hudson in Something Borrowed. Such a goodie. What other characters do I feel get? I mean, Rachel McAdams just killed her mean girl, bitchy role in Mean Girls, and I can't think of any other like bitchy role that she did, but she just killed it. I will say that I thoroughly enjoyed doing my Mean Girl roleplay. Oh, sorry guys, I guess there's that hair. Yes, I got it. I thoroughly enjoy doing my mean girl roleplay. I think characters like that are just, they've always been my favorite. Not mean people, but it's that quick wit. And mine wasn't like, it was improv, and I did have those things in my head, but I wrote them down, and I think that and of course, actors, they have lines, you know, some of them it's definitely improv, but I think when I fall in love with those types of characters, the reason that I fall in love with those types of characters is because I love that quick wit, that quick snapback, that quick bitchy snapback. Like, so many people are like, I feel like you are taking on Sadie from Awkward. You are, what's it called? You are channeling. There we go. You're channeling Sadie from Awkward. And like I said, I love bitchy characters. Those are always my favorite. Yes, I love Sadie so much. And I actually watched a clip of her before I did the video because it was in my recommended. I have always done that. You're welcome. If anyone knows what I'm talking about, if you've watched Awkward, I have always done that. I have watched that show since it began and was on air, like MTV was airing it. Not reruns, but when it was, like, they were airing new episodes, I always kept up with it. So, I have always been able to impersonate the "You're welcome" really well. But anyway, that's just an example of a, like, bitchy character that I just